Deciding to move to a new place can be quite daunting, especially in Niagara Falls, which is often shrouded by mystery. That's why these pros and cons are going to make your decision about moving there crystal clear. Hi, my name is Vanessa Wilson, and I believe that real estate doesn't always have to be in black and white. Living in Niagara Falls, Ontario in 2024 is a unique experience because it has both beautiful nature and a strong economy based on tourism. But that's not all. In this video, I'm going to cover the pros and cons of living in Niagara Falls, Ontario in 2024, so you can make an informed choice and decision, and no one can mislead you. There's also a bonus tip at the very end, making you unmisleadable. Without any further ado, let's get started. Starting with number 7. The natural beauty of Niagara Falls, Ontario is unparalleled. Natural beauty is directly linked with happiness, according to studies. In such a case, people living in Niagara Falls should be really happy, as it is one of the 2 Niagara municipalities to show up as Canada's happiest cities, ranking 83rd in rank. The natural beauty of Niagara Falls is out of this world. Having access to some of the best natural attractions, particularly the Niagara Falls itself, the waterfall, which is the thing the city is named after. You can take a Niagara Falls cruise, take a trip around the waterfall. Apart from the waterfall, you can also check out the Butterfly Conservatory. So this is unparalleled natural beauty, is what makes living in Niagara Falls, Ontario, a breathtaking experience. Coming in at number 6, there's a lot of tourist crowds. But of course, this beauty attracts a lot of tourists to the area. So Niagara Falls experiences peak tourist seasons, particularly during the summer months, June to August, and around major holidays. During these times, the falls and the surrounding areas can become quite crowded and busy. Though this tourism is a big boost to the economy, it can cause a lot of issues for the locals, making living in Niagara Falls, Ontario a problematic experience as well. Also, increased tourism often results in heavier traffic flow. The main routes leading to the Niagara Falls itself, including the QEW, Queen Elizabeth Way, can become congested. To avoid crowds, consider visiting the falls early in the morning or later in the evening. So moving on to number 5, Niagara Falls has a strong tourism economy. This crowd, though problematic, can be a blessing for the locals, as tourists also bring in money with them. Tourism generates jobs across various fields, including hospitality, retail, restaurants, and entertainment. So whether you're interested in working as a tour guide, hotel staff, or event management coordinator, there are ample opportunities. The influx of tourists contributes significantly to the local economy. Revenue from the accommodations, attractions, and dining establishments circulates within the community, supporting businesses and infrastructure development. This makes living in Niagara Falls, Ontario worth it. Coming in at number 4, the job market is quite limited. Even though tourism economy is thriving, the city's overall economy is limited. Specialized fields like technology, finance, and higher education, jobs may face limitations. Tech professionals, for instance, might find fewer tech companies or startups compared to larger cities. The good thing is Niagara Falls authorities recognize the need for diversification beyond tourism. Efforts are underway to attract other industries. Initiatives like business incubators, co-working spaces, and partnerships with nearby cities aim to create a more diverse job landscape. This means living in Niagara Falls, Ontario, a more challenging experience for people specializing in these job areas. Moving on to number 3, cost of living is relatively affordable. The lack of jobs isn't always a bad thing, as a thriving job market means urbanization, which would mean you'd have to compromise not only on the natural beauty, but also the fact that it would drive up the cost of living exponentially. Compared to the big Canadian cities like Toronto and Vancouver, Niagara Falls offers a more budget-friendly cost of living. Housing prices in Niagara Falls are generally more reasonable than in larger urban centers. You'll find a variety of housing options, from apartments to single-family homes. Other aspects of the cost of living, like groceries, transportation, utilities, etc., are also relatively cheaper compared to these bigger cities. This affordability is what makes living in Niagara Falls worth it. Coming in at number 2, the winters are quite harsh. Living in Niagara Falls, Ontario means facing challenging winter conditions with significant snowfall and cold temperature. It snows about 85 inches, 216 centimeters a year, and in January, the lows are usually -8, 17 degrees Fahrenheit, and the highs are usually -1 degree Celsius, 30 Fahrenheit. Even if people work hard to get rid of the snow, it can still get in the way of commutes and cause delays. Even though it's too cold to do many things outside, the frozen beauty of Niagara Falls is mesmerizing. To get ready for winter, people should buy warm clothes and make sure their homes are ready by insulating pipes, closing drafts, and making sure heating systems work well and not waiting for the first snowstorm. Last but not least, and number 1, there's a good cross-border proximity living in Niagara Falls, Ontario. It has multiple benefits as it's close to the US border. It's easy for people to go shopping in US towns, cities like Buffalo and New York, and there are a lot of store names and cheap ways to shop at the fashion outlets of Niagara Falls and the Walden Galleria Mall. And Buffalo and Rochester are close by and have lots of places to eat and have fun in. In Rochester, there's something for everyone, from theaters, museums, and sports games to a wide range of places and food styles. It's easy to explore places that are close by. So another 30-minute drive will take you to Buffalo, which is known for its architecture and redeveloped harbor. Rochester, which has sites like the George Eastman Museum, is about 1.5 hours away. So bonus tip as promised. The bonus tip is to embrace the local culture. Living in Niagara Falls, Ontario provides ample opportunities to engage with local culture and community events. The Niagara Grape and Wine Festival takes place in September and features wine tastings, live music, and the lively Montebello Park Grand Parade in St. Catharines to honor the area's wineries. So the Winter Festival of Lights, which runs from November to January all year long, the Scotiabank Convention Centre is the site of many concerts and other acts. Modern art shows can be seen at the Niagara Artists Centre by art lovers. Cultural events like Chinese New Year and Daiwei are celebrated in the city with parades and traditional dances. Now that these pros and cons are out in front of you, you can make an informed choice to move to Niagara Falls, Ontario. But simply knowing the pros and cons won't do you any good. That's why I suggest checking out this video popping up on the screen, where I cover everything there is to know about Niagara Falls, Ontario. Once again, my name is Vanessa Wilson. I'm a realtor from Niagara Region, Ontario, and if I can service you, my contact information is in the description boxes below. If you want to keep receiving real estate market update, make sure to subscribe and follow me here and all my other socials. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, and remember, real estate doesn't always have to be in black and white.